Hello, Apprentice. I hope you have a reason for disturbing me. I was about to bring down a plane before you disrupted me. You know how incredibly busy I am. I must ensure everyone dies. Very well. I can spare a few minutes. Tell me, what ails you? Is this job getting too hard? You should have expected that it wouldn't be easy. How do you think I feel? Perhaps I'll find another apprentice that complains less. Oh, relax, apprentice. Unless you have violated our agreement, I don't see a reason to fire you. So far, you've been surpassing my expectations and have reaped an ample amount of souls. My congrats. You are slowly earning your eternal redemption. But you still have some ways to go before heaven opens up to you. Your soul still bears a noticeable amount of minor sins. Anyway, what is it that you want? Lessons on your powers. I guess I can give you a rundown on the abilities you now possess. Give you more details on the ones I didn't mention during our first meeting. All right. I see no reason to not teach you what I have learned throughout my existence. Let us begin. The first one is shadow manipulation. I suppose it would make sense to first start with this one. I am experienced from doing my work in the shadows. Death and darkness go hand in hand after all. Users to this ability are capable of shaping and creating shadow constructs for various effects, meaning you can create creatures and beasts out of darkness from your imagination. Or you can create objects, such as weapons and defensive material, to help guard you. You can also use this ability to shape your form and disguise yourself to blend in better, to catch your prey. I use this ability myself from time to time, often as animals. Very useful. You can also blend into dark, shadowy areas if you ever find yourself cornered or trapped. Darkness is literally your greatest ally, but for only as long as you work for me. Next is death sensing. With this ability, you are capable of sensing the upcoming death of any mortal, or able to determine when someone is dead, or dying, or if others have died in a specific location. This is the one that helps you track those sinners and bring them to their judgment. Without this ability, finding your targets would be like finding a needle in a haystack. Therefore, you would be incredibly useless to me. This ability extends your scythe. I forgot to mention that. Hold your scythe up to any human, and the number of years in their lifespan shall flash before you, depending on their current health, of course. The next ability is a form of necromancy. You can raise the dead. However, when you resurrect someone, you can only bring back the body, not the soul. They'll be walking husks of who they were prior to your supernatural tampering. They will become undead soldiers, loyal to you, ready to serve on your commands only. With enough concentration, you can raise an entire graveyard. But that's a little advanced for someone who just became the Reaper's appointed servant 9 months ago. If I were you, I'd start with something small and easy, like roadkill, perhaps. However, this power is limited, as the undead revenants you create will eventually revert back to lifeless corpses in time. So use them wisely, and make sure when you're done with them that you redirect them to wherever you revived them originally. I imagine humans won't be too happy if they find dead bodies mysteriously lying about. As I mentioned before, you are indestructible. You are essentially immortal. I mean, to some extent you can still age and grow old, but you're immune to any physical damage life may throw at you. Injuries that would normally cripple or kill a normal human being will cause you no harm. Then again, you and I both know you are far from being normal. You also have a very high resistance to pain. See? You barely had any reaction to that. Does it hurt? Of course not. Remember, nothing will ever hurt or kill you. And look, it's healing quickly. Another perk for working under my influence. You heal as fast as you acquire your injuries. Next on the list is Enchanted Strength. You're far stronger after being resurrected. At least stronger than 9 grown men put together. This ability is pretty self-explanatory. And if you want to use it on your next target, by all means, don't let me stop you. As long as you reap their souls afterwards, I don't care how you play with your prey. Crushing their skulls with just your hands is one of the most brutal ways to apply your strength on the job. Personally, I prefer choking them drags out their suffering for much longer. And finally, my favorite, Death's Touch. Inducing my powers onto any living thing, let it be plants, animals, or humans. It is my most effective ability. It removes oxygen from the lungs, stops both the heart and the brain, and freezes the blood. It's fatal to all living things. However, it is a last resort option when all else fails. It can be activated when you hold your scythe, and anything you touch with your exposed bare skin instantly dies. That is, unless you wear gloves. All right then, Apprentice. We have summarized all your current abilities. In time, I trust you to sharpen your skills and use these powers for your job only. I know this new position has left you internally conflicted, but you are providing a good service in my name. And if you think about it, it is sort of justice sending those sinners back to hell. We wouldn't want them repeating the same mistakes again, would we? Murderers, rapists, killers,
pedophiles, all people who deserve their fate.
You don't want them roaming around again, do you? Good. I'm glad we're on the same page here. Soon you will become cleansed of all your sins. Heaven will welcome you, and St. Peter himself will be the first to greet you in the afterlife. However, you still have much work to do before any of that happens. Anyways, I have hundreds to kill, and hundreds more to later kill. Don't worry. I'll be sure to give you an evaluation report on your progress, so we can see each other again. I have to say, Apprentice, I'm starting to grow fond of you, and you have a very creative way of killing others, which impresses me and has given me a few new ideas. If you keep doing your job well, I may entitle you to some rewards, and possibly even more powers. Think of it as a promotion. Soon, one day you may even join me in my position. Side by side, master and apprentice. Yes. But we'll discuss that possibility once you've worked off your sins. Until then, goodbye, my apprentice. This short was written by Rafael S.